Welcome to Divine Honey Podcast. I'm your host, your friend, Tamika Johnson.
And I am your other host, your friend, Tim Johnson.
This show is about human experiences. This includes thought provoking conversations and your Divine Honey guest sharing stories about love, life, journey, and purpose. If this is your first time watching live or on the replay and you feel inspired, please leave a comment in the chat. This is your inspirational podcast. Welcome back, you guys. Hey, if you guys want to drop in the chat where you're watching from, are you watching from Arizona? Are you watching from Iowa? Just want to know where everybody's at. You know,
We got
since
some people. We got some people tuned in.
we do, I see a couple.
Oh, what's good?
Let us know where you guys are at.
Say word. What's up, Iowa?
Iowa. What up, Iowa?
We just were in Kansas City, so we could have been at KC.
You could have. You could have. Arizona, what up? So we got just a key at heart, Iowa. We got Monique, Arizona, and it is hot. It is hot here, y'all. We're supposed to have a in Chandler. I'm in Chandler. We're supposed to have a thunderstorm watch. It needs to rain. It's been ridiculously hot here. It's that time of year though. So
We need to switch then, because all it's been doing is raining in Iowa. We need the
but
heat.
yeah, it's just gonna dry up. Once it'll rain, but it's not like you really get relief. You know what I mean? Oh no.
Sounds like you want to move back to Iowa then, bud.
No, you know what I said to your wife? She was like, "Oh, come get your something about Kingston." I said, "If I was there, I said I would take them off your hands." She goes, "I guess that means you got to move back." No, but just know that if I was there, I would go, take them for a day and take them off your hands,
You
and
can have
then
them
bring
overnight
them
too.
back.
You can have them overnight.
Oh, you're like he can have him. He can have him. He goes to bed early, so
Aunt Carrie takes them overnight, so Aunt Tamika can take them overnight.
that is true. I mean, he looks like he really likes Aunt Carrie's house. I don't know if I could compare to that.
We don't know no different.
He
No.
looks so happy.
We got somebody from Mesa.
There's Bridget. She's in Mesa. What up, Mesa? No. So, how was your trip to Kansas City?
It was cool. It was cool. We left. Oh, so my car is broke. So I had to get a rental car. We were driving. So my car's been in the shop probably 10. Let's see. I got the calendar right in front of me. So I think we went to a graduation on the 11th. Yeah, Thursday the 11th. I was on the interstate driving. You know, I drive fast. I went to go hit the gas down, and all of a sudden the gas to the engine stopped. So my engine stopped while I'm on the interstate. So luckily, God was watching over us because I was able to get to the side of the road with no gas. I was just drifting off the speed that I was going. So I parked it, tried to turn it on. Birthday party, not graduation. It was God gives graduation at North High School.
All right, husband and wife.
Yeah, shorty tripping. Anywho, I was driving and it went off the side of the road or whatever and called the tow truck. The tow truck didn't come get me till 9:30. And this happened at like 6. So I'm just sitting on the side of the road for 3 hours, 3.5 hours.
Oh
Finally
wow.
comes. We send it to Tom Davis. That's the auto guy we trust. And I was calling all last week. They talking about they only got one mechanic there, but my car's a priority. So it's been like about 12 days. They said they hopefully they're going to get it in to see what's the matter tomorrow. But because of that, I didn't want to drive Bree's car because with Bree's car, anything could happen with that. You know what I'm saying? But we got it paid off, so we're gonna keep it paid off. All I got is like $1,000 left on my car too. So the whole time I'm over here getting mad, like, bro, I literally got $1,000 left on this car, man. Nothing better happened where I got to go get a new car. I'm gonna be pissed. Like I just did all that work to pay this car off in 4 years, and now you talking about, oh nope, we got to get you a new car. I'm gonna be hurt because that car, like, if I were to go trade my car in, bro, that car's still worth like
Mm.
$12,000 to $14,000. Like what? Like, come on, man.
No, I look. We gonna stand in agreement that whatever that needs to be fixed is low cost, and
Yeah,
you're
we
gonna
need to
pay this
manifest that.
$1,000 off, and
Right,
you're gonna
facts.
be car free. Bridget said, "Praise God, glad you're safe."
Appreciate it. But
Because
then
sitting
from
on the
there,
side of the road.
right, I got a rental car. My homie, shout out to my man Jay Poole, Jonathan Pulliam, super cool cat. Met him at UNI. He's the area manager for Enterprise. So I was able to get this Volkswagen Tiguan, something. It's like uh, yeah, cheaper to keep her, just fix it. Facts. Well, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so we had the little SUV joint for the week. That thing was cruising. Made me almost did want to get a new car, to be honest with you.
No,
But
no.
yeah, we went to Kingston. Finally took a nap in the car on the way up there. Um, went swimming. They got like this place called Chicken and Pickles, like a Smash Park outdoor, like adult game park place. Had some good barbecue, a couple drinks.
Okay.
Yesterday we just went out and wore Kingston out and chilled. Yeah, it was a good getaway. I feel energized, ready to go back to work. I even said when I got home, I might want to check my emails. Bree's like, for what? I was like, yeah, you right, it's Sunday. But yeah, we
No,
back.
family time.
Right. How's your weekend?
It was good. I didn't really do anything. It was hot. My friend had her baby, so yesterday I went and held him and got cuddles and got my nails done. So, but I went to bed at like 7. It's hot here.
Bro, it ain't
It's
that hot, bruh.
Yes. It okay. Okay. Y'all do a family vacation here in the winter or in the summer, and you say it's not that hot here.
Bro, you capping.
No, you'll see. I mean, you don't even need to see. I wouldn't even test out the theory.
You could
So
go put an egg out there on the concrete, see if it fries
I'm
up.
not doing it. I'm not
We
doing
gonna
it.
see how hot it is. That's how you know if it's really hot. If that egg start frying.
Look, what did she say? Mo said, if the news can call it the devil heat, it's hot. Thank you.
Nah,
No.
I bet it is. They said down in Texas, I saw that they're having like power outages or something because of the heat
Yeah.
and people dying.
Yeah, and they had a hurricane. They had like whatever a really bad storm too.
Yeah,
So yes, pray
Texas
for
getting hit
them.
right now.
Yeah. Well, let's do a little recap on our last podcast. So what were your thoughts? Just feedback and your thoughts on women preparing for marriage.
I don't know, honestly. You always try to be like have a growth mindset in in all things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and trying to understand, I guess I'm glad I found the woman I did because I truly could not imagine dating right now. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Uh-huh.
This world is it has changed so much, and you'll probably be able to speak to this better than I can. But I'm just going based off of like hearing a couple of my single homies talk about it. It's like, and even Mr. Hood when he was on there, like, bro, it's hard. You don't know. Like, I think everybody it appears this way. I mean, I don't have any empirical data to support anything I'm about to say, but it appears this way that women aren't really seeking love anymore. There probably are some out there. You would be one of those
Uh-huh.
included, but it would
Uh-huh.
like the toxicity around relationships is data like clouds a lot of our judgment, and we forget that there is probably more good women out there than bad women, but it looks like the bad women are like 100%. You get what I
Uh-huh.
mean? So
Uh-huh. Okay. I, and then it's the bad part is it's vice versa. I think women are just tired, really, and you get there. I think a lot of women are looking for love. And when they've stopped looking for love from like a partner, it's just they found some contentment in themselves and
Sure.
they're done, right? And this is usually as you're getting up in age. You're
Right.
just tired at some point. And then maybe we have the same thought. There's a lot of bad men when really there's probably more good than bad. So I think it's just the same thing. And then dating culture is just different now.
Right.
It's really different. You don't have to just, you have there's more accessibility to people and maybe what's being fed down our throats. But I would definitely say dating culture is hard and it's different and it's harder as you get older.
It almost seems like everybody has their walls up, so you can't really ever
Mhm.
even get to know nobody because nobody wants to get hurt.
Oh,
Nobody wants to be the last one standing by themselves
right.
alone. So why even take that chance?
And the thing about people not wanting to get to know each other, this is what you get on dating sites. I'm a person like, what are you doing, Texas? What's your favorite color? Just a sentence, and that gets boring for me. People aren't picking up the phone. So even on the women's side, maybe we have to take initiative. But hey, I would, can we have a conversation? I need to hear the affliction in your voice.
Right.
But it's definitely different now because back then you couldn't text. When I was dating younger, not everyone even had text message. So you actually really had to call
But you
someone.
had that
I,
friends and family plan. You had to wait till like
yeah.
9
I,
p.m., 7 p.m.
yes. And a guy really had to go after you if he liked you. Like he had to come get your number, call you, and had to like take you out. Like,
You had that real G. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So it just dating culture is different. But I think we all actually want the same thing. No, I
Facts.
know. I'm gonna be bold. We all want love. I don't know the
I don't want to
answer.
be loved. I don't want to be
Let's
loved.
go to some comments. Bridget says, "Right, I'm gonna do what it takes to make this marriage work. If he leaves, we leave. Right, you know." And I had like one friend said, she's like, "Oh man, I feel like I just want to be single." I told my friend, I said, "There ain't nothing out here for you. Make your family." I said, "Make your family work. He ain't done nothing wrong to you."
Right. What they say, the grass ain't greener. It's
It
only greener
ain't.
where you water it
Make,
at.
make your family work.
Right. Right.
Okay,
Facts.
well, Monique said being genuine has gone out the window. So much displaced trauma for men and women. Folks don't have the capacity for one another. Dealing with a partner nowadays, it's like having a child. Times have changed. And times have changed. Now we don't have to have like women. There was a time we had to have a partner to survive. We don't need a partner to survive anymore. Like, you know what I mean? We don't have to be married.
I'm every woman.
and and I'll say for both men and women, a lot of us are starting not to stay in dysfunctional situations.
Yeah, that is healthy though. I think that's a great comment because I mean we'll probably never know the stat on this, but there probably are a lot of relationships out there that are some kind of abuse is in it, and
Mm-hmm.
folks are just staying in it to stay in it because of love or whatever. Love is the thing, but now it's like because of the awareness around what abuse looks like and all the forms of it, people are what red flags.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna go ahead and bounce, man. Appreciate our time together, but this ain't for me no more. So that stuff is I'm glad you highlighted that because that is something that is been more of a positive thing than just staying in a relationship just to stay.
Yeah. Well, speaking, okay, so to piggyback off of that, some of the today's about current events. So we gonna start fun and then get to the other stuff because some stuff happened today. But first we gonna start a little cool. So speaking of relationships, Tim wanted to say we should talk about Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black. And he ain't even seen it. Okay.
Bro, Jess Hilarious said they got 0 on Rotten
I don't
Tomatoes. What
care.
are
I liked it. Look,
What was your
it
favorite
wasn't,
part?
huh?
I only saw a snippet. I said, "What was your favorite part?"
My
But
favorite
before you say
part
that, my
is
snippet
when he
was Buddy
told
was
that
snap.
dude in the bank, "Ah, smack your nose," or when he said, "B, do you want to lose your job?" Like it was so much. Okay, the first part, whoa, the funeral part, it was just a lot. It was a Tyler Perry movie, but on all seriousness, it was about abuse. It was about dysfunctional families, domestic abuse on a serious note. Um, Also, Megan Good's character, she did come from, it can happen to anyone. She came from a good home, two parents who loved each other. Her
Right.
dad was a wonderful father, showed her mom a lot. She was raised to not, you know, she
Just
loved
be a
this guy
person like
so
that.
much that she was trying to change him. She just thought if I just stuck it out, her father was a pastor. And she says, I didn't want to disappoint you. Um, I was taught marriage, you stick it out. And they said, but we didn't teach you like to be treated this way though. You know, her parents
Yeah.
did support her when she left, but they was hurt because her mom was like, what did I do wrong? You
Right.
know, I didn't. So it had some important like points in it. The story was good, but you know, Tyler Perry has to do some wild stuff. I'm probably gonna spoil it if y'all haven't seen it. Just watch the part about the funeral. That was wild. You want me to tell you what happened?
Go ahead, bro. I ain't gonna ever see it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Um, so it opens up. Megan Good, her name's Ava. Her husband Dallas, wild dude. They're at his brother's funeral. Her dad is the pastor, but then the dad start talking about all the things his family has done terrible to like pretty much terrorize the community. The mom's like, no, you ain't gonna talk about us like this. She goes, just because you paid for this funeral, she was like, y'all can take, she was taking clothes off. She didn't get naked. She's like, you can take this. And she goes, we don't need your casket. So she tells the brothers, Dallas's brothers, get, I don't know the brother's name, Jojo out. Get them. They're about to pick up the casket. No, she said, leave the casket. And they take him out, the body out. And it just, I wasn't expecting that. But Dallas was like really abusive and she ends up leaving him. And there's just some, overall, I like the movie, but yes, it was the storyline of it, but it was some unrealistic stuff. But I still enjoyed it. Let me see what. Oh no, Bridget says an author on TikTok is calling him out for stealing her book. Dang, Tyler, say it ain't so. She is a black indie author who said, oh, Tyler, no. Monique,
It'll be
your
all right.
husband.
It'll be
I
all right.
hope
He'll get her.
it'll
He'll
be
get
all
her
right. I
check.
hope
She'll be cool.
Monique said, even with a low ratings for Rotten Tomatoes, people are still watching it. For Tyler, good and bad publicity works. People will tune in regardless. Oh, facts. Um, but then I'm happy for Corey. What's Tia's husband? I never say his last name. Hard.
Yeah, I started with an H.
Yeah, if you guys, I cannot ever remember how to
They're
say
still
his last.
together?
No,
I thought
they're
they got
divorced.
divorced. That's what I thought. Yeah.
But he's finally like he's getting a lot of attention. His character was wild though. He's like they put him like you know in the other movies for Tyler Perry. And Tyler Perry, y'all, what character can you not forgive? What character have we not forgiven? I still
I
haven't
think
forgiven
Buddy and
Charles.
which one is Charles?
Charles is from Diary of a Mad Black Woman. He didn't have to throw Elise Neal out like that.
No,
He
bro.
didn't
What's
have to
the one
shoot her like
with
that.
Janet Jackson and all them in it?
Oh, what was his name?
I can't. That dude was bogus as
He
hell.
looked
He
like
seemed
that.
so cool, bro. He got with the big lady. The dude that was with the big lady. Buddy
Which
was bogus.
Jill Scott. Who was the guy that? Well, who was Jill Scott's character? His name was
Yeah,
Sheila.
her
Who was
husband.
Sheila's husband?
Yeah, the security guard.
Oh wait, the security guard is who she ended up marrying the second
Yeah, but
time.
he
The
was an
dad.
ass though. He turned into like the worst guy ever. Didn't he?
No, you're thinking of the first husband.
Oh, the first husband? Yeah,
Who,
okay.
yeah. But that's where Dallas, this character, ranks with. Monique said
Monique said,
Charles. I don't
she
forgive
said, my
Charles.
husband got lawyers. We're not worried about stealing stuff.
Okay. She talking about Tyler Perry.
Yeah,
She said Tyler Perry's her husband. That's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
What's wrong with Tyler
Mike.
Perry?
His name's Mike. Mike
Yeah,
was
that's
in
Mike. Yeah.
Why Did I Get Married?
Yeah, why'd I give you up?
But I hope that's not true about Tyler. But people have some people don't like Tyler Perry because they said he makes the same movies over and over
And
again.
people watching him over and over. Why you getting mad?
Oh,
Because he's doing that's
right.
he got a whole studio based off making the same movies. Make that make sense.
And then another thing, though, people are using his studio to make other movies. So
Facts.
what he's accomplished is really a big deal of what he's doing.
Oh, it's a ginormous deal. That's
It's
generational.
it's a ginormous deal for the things that the people he gets to employ, and other people get to tell stories because they can go on his lot and tell their stories. It's a bigger
Buddy
picture.
said, the Corey dude said this was the most money he made, and his role wasn't even as big as other roles that he's ever had as an actor. I saw it on the Breakfast Club. They interviewed him on the Breakfast Club. He said, this movie showed me what my worth is as an actor. So now when I go on these movie sets, this is what I expect. He had like the full like the Brad Pitt experience, like the trailer he had a bed in it, had a jacuzzi. You know what I'm saying? They gave him the red carpet. He's like, we don't get this in other studios. We don't get nothing like this. And this was a big role for him. Obviously, you get what I'm saying. He's the main character, but he's like, I've had bigger roles, and I didn't even get nothing near this.
Look, when I posted something on my Facebook, look, there was pictures of him from the movie, and someone said, if you see this picture, know I'm showing up at your job. Megan Good said this was the biggest paycheck too she's ever gotten. She's been in the game since a child. She did like Eve's Bayou, like big move, been across from like really big actors. Taraji P. Henson said her biggest check came from Tyler Perry as well.
Yeah, see?
And that was before he even had a studio.
Right.
Monique said, yes, round of applause for my hubby having the film studio in Confederate land. Yes. Yes, he got land. TP pays people their worth and treats them well. I still go watch it. Tim, go watch it when you have a chance. I don't know. I actually watched it all the way through.
Okay.
And I'd be falling asleep on movies.
Right. You like drama though, so that as soon as that drama started kicking up, I know you was in there like.
I was like, what he talking about? And Corey looking like extra fine to me now for some. I'm like, oh. So yeah, check out Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black. So I know what we were talking. You put on the thing to talk about Drake versus Kendrick.
Absolutely. Who y'all got, man?
Well, obviously Kendrick is winning right now.
I mean, it's over with, but
it's over. But he won.
That's what you think?
Oh, I forgot. You're such a Drake fan. I mean, the song "Not Like Us" is so good. I just really don't know. I don't know. It makes you
bars. Give me 16 bars from "Not Like Us."
I don't know words.
Yeah.
Off lyrics. I don't know any. I couldn't give you anything from Drake. What are you talking about? What's your thoughts, Tim? You obviously
Hotline Bling. Give me some words from Hotline Bling.
Just the chorus.
Yeah, exactly.
Hotline Bling. That's it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Don't do Drizzy like that, guys.
That's the song we're using.
I'm just saying. Do you know any Kendrick Lamar songs?
I do.
All right, tell me one.
Tim, we're not doing that. I don't know the titles to them. Poetic Justice.
That's featuring who?
Okay, doesn't even matter.
Yeah, get out of here.
The song they play at the end of Snowfall.
What is it?
I don't know the title of it.
Okay, bro. So what you saying?
But I'm talking about the song. We're talking specifically the Drake versus Kendrick. The
Absolutely. And this is still Drake versus Kendrick. You can name
okay.
me Drake. You can name me 5, 10 Drake songs right now off the top of your head. Can't even name me one
Yes, because
Kendrick
he's
Lamar
super
song.
commercial.
What's that have to do with nothing? If you
I'm
was
just
a Kendrick fan,
saying.
you would know his music. That's my point.
But I'm not that big of a Drake fan. I mean, I guess I like him, but
But you know 10 Drake
I'm not
songs.
bumping Drake either by any means.
You know 10 Drake songs though.
Tim, do you know 10 Drake songs?
Do you do?
No, do you?
Absolutely.
You like Drake. So your team who?
Honestly, I feel like Kendrick's response was crazy. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Mhm.
He Drake. He had that. I don't. Did you follow the beef at all? Close or the little the
Only
5, 6 song exchange? Did you follow it?
yes. It didn't start from like really early on. It felt like there was like a
Well, it's
sneak
been for a
diss and then
while,
Jake
but it
the
really
J.
popped
Cole
off
thing.
after they had that first person shooter song. Him and J Cole. They probably have had like an undercover like petty beef for a long time or whatever. But it's crazy because Drake put all these cats on, right? All of them.
So
Without Drake, they wouldn't be here.
really?
Yeah, it's facts. I'm not no bull, like no bull.
Okay.
Future's biggest selling of making money for records was after Drake was on there with him.
Okay. I see that. I
Ever
mean
in his
Drake
career.
is very popular. He's
Right.
had a long reign for sure.
When Kendrick was just creating his buzz, Drake took him and ASAP Rocky out on tour with him. So this is when
Mhm.
Take Care was coming out.
Mhm.
Kendrick even has a feature on Take Care, doing an
Yes.
interlude, which is crazy. But so after Drake dropped Family Matters, I thought Family Matters was cold. But then Kendrick dropped that Meet the Grams, and then he hit you with the Not Like Us. I was like, yeah, he got him. He got him for sure. Right in the chin. That's a knockout.
Mhm.
Because that Not Like Us is probably gonna bang for years to come.
That they're gonna be playing. When you watch the HBCUs and their band, they're gonna play
Yeah.
that. So now that's gonna be in sports.
Yeah, it's gonna be everywhere. It's cold. It's cold. He snapped on that.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna deny it. Like, yeah, I like Drake, but I feel like you're more. I don't even listen to rap that much, so I
But
still like
10
rap.
Drake songs though. That's my point that I'm making for the record.
Okay, I might know more. Okay, I'll give you this.
Tamika
I for
Johnson,
sure know more Drake songs.
Tamika Johnson cannot name, for the record, on live. Tamika Johnson cannot name one Kendrick Lamar song outside of Not Like Us, because that's what we're talking about right now, but can
Okay.
tell us at least at the bare minimum 5 Drake songs. Just for the record.
Okay. All right, you got me.
All right. And I bet Monique knows more Drake songs than Kendrick Lamar songs too, while she over here in this chat blowing it up.
Okay. Okay, this is a good. Who's the hardest rapper in Cali?
The hardest?
Yeah.
Like ever? Or
We're
like
just
right now with
asking,
the
is it
most
ever
buzz, like
or
right
right
now?
now?
I mean, it would be Kendrick right now.
Right.
He just had the beef with Drizzy, and then he just did that concert, that pop-up show.
Oh yeah.
And then he just dropped a Not Like Us music video that went crazy too. So Kendrick would probably be the biggest right now in Cali. But outside of Kendrick Lamar, I would say, and this is in no order by any means,
Mm-hmm.
I think Nipsey still got some buzz even though he's out of there. Lil Russell, I mess with Lil Russell. For those that don't know, Lil Russell,
Mm-hmm.
he's an independent rapper out there doing his thing, doing like the little pop-up shows also, and he's doing everything fully independent, which is dope. Simba goes crazy.
Okay.
Snoop really don't rap no more. Dre don't rap.
But if we're
40 don't
talking
rap.
about eras in their reign, they are the like, especially in that area.
And you got to put Cube in there. Cube probably wrote all their music. Everybody. He wrote Dre's music.
That is true.
He wrote some of Snoop's music. Guaranteed.
You know what I think is interesting? I forgot what song did Snoop. Snoop wrote a song, or Jay-Z wrote a song for Snoop and Dre. I think it was still Dre. It was, I don't remember which one, but how it sounds, you would have thought they wrote it.
Facts.
Oh, I just told it's MC Hammer. He's running people out. I heard you don't mess with MC Hammer. Like, he is not to be played with. Like, people really like mess with he's that dude.
Too Short.
Too Short. I like
Too Short out there, breaded up like a chicken tender, straight up.
I like Too Short.
For real though. Roddy Ricch. Y'all don't even know no Roddy Ricch. He got that. What's that song called?
No. Okay, I know that song. Monique, yeah, Monique said it's still Dre.
Oh,
yep, that Jay-Z wrote. Yep.
He ain't write Eminem's verse though.
We don't know that. No, I don't know. I actually don't know, but I know he wrote Snoop and Dre's verse. Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say. That's a hard song.
Well, guess what happened here this weekend? The WNBA All-Star.
Yeah, I had that written down in my notes. Did y'all go?
You know what? I could have went. You know, my tribe, they was all going, and I opted out because I just had spent so much money doing stuff, and I was tired, and I wasn't spending no more money. I kind of low key wish I went because they had so much fun.
Yeah,
it was like a big deal. But you know, sometimes I have to have a little FOMO. There's nothing wrong with it. Sometimes I gotta sit some shit out. You know? Real. And that was one of these times. So yes, so they had a lot of events here. So there's two. It was the WNBA versus Team USA. Is that who's going to the Olympics?
Yeah, probably. I don't know how it works. I ain't gonna hold you.
I think so. So on the WNBA team, which they won, who was like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, obviously were on that team. I don't know the whole roster, y'all. But then Team USA would probably have like Brittany Griner's on there and the other. I don't know all the basketball players. Okay. Do you know the team players, Tim? Maybe you can help me out there.
No, I don't only know like the big name girls. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really don't follow women's basketball. Disclaimer. Don't hold that against me.
Well, I mean, I don't, but a lot of my friends do. So I've gone to some games. I went to the game when Brittany Griner came back, but it was I heard it was a good weekend. I'm glad people can see Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese were playing on the same team, and you know, your Iowa girl.
Caitlin Clark already broke a record for the most assists in the season and points by a rookie. Already breaking records still.
Y'all love her there. Y'all love her over there in Iowa.
She's cold.
Angel Reese is cold too.
She ain't breaking no records.
I don't know who's broken what. Hold on.
That girl
really say. Monique, I thought you followed.
The girl Monique just put in there went crazy.
Okay, her on there. Yep, I recognize that name.
Yeah, I saw some highlights of her splashing a bunch of threes.
But either way, I'm glad. I hope more people start go. As I'm saying, as I didn't go, but more people start going and showing up so they can get their money. but
We all got to do it, man. It got to be a team effort.
yeah, because it
I
was
know
a
this is a
really
bunch of
big.
women that are watching this, so I say this with all due respect, respectfully.
Mm-hmm.
Watching over 2 quarters of basketball in the WNBA, like I almost rather watch women's college basketball than the WNBA.
Why?
Cause have you watched like a full game of WNBA before? And I might be
I,
getting to be too harsh. And I'm
wait,
like I
can
said,
I watch what? Repeat your question.
like a full 4 quarter WNBA game.
Can I be honest with you? At these games, I be getting drunk, I be drinking, I be like toasting up, I be talking to people, so and I just be slightly watching the game.
So
I'm
I've
not a
tried
good
to
person.
watch a full WNBA game and it's hard because there's just like a lot of like missed layups, like a lot of missed layups.
Hmm.
Um, we already know.
Oh, finish.
Now I was reading Monique's comment.
Oh, what did she
College is
say?
very
Hold on,
skilled.
let's pull up what she said. You can read what she said.
College is very skilled from start to finish. It reminds me of street ball with technicality sometimes, and I would agree with that. Like the in the WNBA, it's like so. It's almost like like with from like the men's college game to like the NBA, the referee changing to like be more extreme, but like women's refereeing is like less. It feels like it's like less than what it is in college. And
Yeah.
yes, WNBA, they forget all the fundamentals. It's frustrating. I agree. And it's like it's so weird watching it because it's like this is the best of the best women. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking like, oh, they really about to be out here hooping for real, for real. But then it's like I get a rebound, I hit the front of the rim. Like it almost looks like forgot all the fundamentals of like playing basketball again.
Yeah.
Yep, still yelling at the TV 100%.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's
That I
weird. But shout out to the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah.
don't want to bring them down. Let's
No, they're
support our
doing
women.
good. And this rookie class, I know people get mad because, like, why the people who started it, maybe they're not getting the things that the rookie people are getting. I mean, that is kind of how it goes, right? Someone paves the way and someone benefits from it. And then it keeps going on. So,
Well, also the thing is like the buzz. So I
mhm,
remember like Deanna Taurasi, your Maya Moores. Like at that point when they were running, UConn, the University of Connecticut,
mhm,
bruh, they were winning what like every single women's national championship for like 5 or 6 years in a row.
mhm,
So like then when these girls are getting drafted into the WNBA, it's just like all the only names that you know are the girls from UConn. You really don't know other women from across. Over the
mhm,
last like 3 or 4 years, you got all the women balling in different areas. Not everybody is picking to go to UConn only because UConn was like the gold mine. That's where
mhm.
everybody was go. And then UConn was blowing out even like the national championship game. They're winning by 30 points. And those are the two best college teams in the nation. And they're winning by 30 points in the national championship game. Come on, man. But now it's separated as far as the talent level goes, which is dope. Like you got LSU in there, South Carolina. South Carolina, shout out to them. They went 36-0 last year, which is super dope. Um, I want to say that name that was put in here was from South Carolina. She's cold.
Mhm.
But yeah, they watch, tune in, watch. You know what I'm saying? Women need their money too, man. Get some money in their pockets.
And next year, All Star game is going to be in Atlanta.
For women?
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna miss that one, bud.
Oh no. But yes, but we're proud of all the ladies. And I'm glad. I hope everybody had a good weekend. All-Star weekend here in Phoenix. Yeah. So Next, what were we gonna talk about? Um, yeah, we're talking about. Well, I talk about some stuff. You know what? The news just there's always something going on. I feel like we're like behind sometimes as we're talking about stuff. But the Trump assassination attempt,
You know they saying that was fake now.
I did see that, but the dude's really dead though.
No, yeah, because they're saying like when it, and you never know, bro. You don't know if none of these outlets is correct, man. You can do all your research with these outlets, but it's like hard sometimes because then you start to think, man, my conspiracy brain turns on. It's like if he got shot in his ear, he'd probably be missing like at least a quarter of his ear if he really got shot in his ear. But it looked like it was just like a little nick.
Oh well, he did. He threw up the.
That's what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? Like that, it makes me think. I just saw that today on fake news.
Why everybody now running around? You know how Nelly had like the Band-Aid?
Yeah.
They got. Did you see they have the ear
Dude, yeah. Yeah, it's
patch
crazy, man.
on?
But the one thing that like it goes to show about all things, and this is for anybody if you're trying to get in a leadership position, if you can talk to the hearts of people and make people feel a certain type of excitement, uh,
Mm-hmm.
some rejuvenation, they're gonna follow you. Like they literally gonna follow you. Because Trump's following
Mm-hmm.
is like truly, I know people probably don't like him. It is what it is. His following is like something that needs to be studied. Like truly studied, because millions of people follow this man. You get what I'm saying? Like the his
Yes.
approach. Whoever was in his camp on communication strategies, marketing strategies, all things strategy wise to win an election should be studied because that person is a genius. Because these people are flooded for this man,
Willing to
flooded,
go to prison. Like
willing to go to
you,
prison.
if you go into a federal building and you vandalize it
Right.
on while you're being filmed, going up to cameras and saying, "Yeah, come on," like
It's wild, man. It's wild. But shout out to whoever that person is, because like this is like it is mind blowing.
the thought behind it. Like
Yeah, the
there
thought.
has to be some analytical like
Well, the
stats and
yeah, that strategy
strategy.
is whoever that strategist is cold. Because these people love this man.
Love him. Did you see Amber Rose up
Amber
there?
Rose spoke. She
That
got a check.
fool.
I know she got a check. But first, I
Like
don't even understand why she did that. Why they had her up there? That was weird.
I like what's happening? What if we got? Oh, Bridget said he was grazed. She said to keep peace, we don't watch the news. Oh, what did it's no different than a certain leader who got millions to follow him in Europe that affected a certain group of folks. Ignorance is bliss.
Facts. Facts.
Facts. Bridget said within 24 hours, the GoFundMe for the man who died, it made 1 million.
Should I start a GoFundMe? I can't even get $10.
She said you can convince the lowest educated person that their livelihood is a threat and they will follow you. They used to do these tests where they would say things that like maybe Donald Trump said, but they'll say like Obama said it. And they're like, yeah, that piece. But then they would reveal to him, oh no, it was the other way around. And they're like, well,
Yeah, they were getting defense for him. Yeah, that's fact. I saw that. I saw a couple of those.
yeah.
But it's still a skill though, regardless of the level
Oh,
of
for sure.
education or whatnot, because the consistency on your message where you don't break that, to keep the people to stay engaged, that is hard.
And he doesn't waver. That's the thing. He does not waver at all. He is they said 10 toes down. This dude is 20 toes down.
Yeah, he's staying straight on business.
I'm like, a lot of Trump, Bridget says a lot of Trump supporters believe in the Trump is the last president conspiracy.
It might be.
Because that, and my favorite thing, he was like, well, he was saying those black jobs. I was like, dude, what are these black jobs? Where can
You know what's crazy? Like the stuff around that, as far as like the how we perceived that or understood that, is crazy. So like I heard, I always have thoughts about things, but I heard Dr. Umar say something. It was like super profound. He was like, when he said the black jobs, he's like, yes, our judicial system has all of like, because it's a discrepancy or a racial disparity amongst the numbers of men who are in prison and not in prison.
Yes.
And he's like, so when I heard that, all of our black men are in prison, which then are leaving all of these jobs open to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking to not the ones that are out, but the ones that are locked up or incarcerated. I was like, I never thought about it like that. When I heard it, like I was thinking just surface level of, black jobs. Like what do we think of the culture of what a black job is?
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Because I would imagine nobody thought like lawyers, because we do have black lawyers. I know nobody was thinking of judges. I know there's not a lot of black judges, but there are black judges. I know we weren't thinking of black CEOs, black entrepreneurs, high up level business black folks. We weren't thinking of them. We're thinking of like just the low level 40,000. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, and then like made me think of like, how do we really look at ourselves as a culture?
Right. I wanted to know what he meant by black jobs. Like,
because if you think of like an immigrant, they don't have no status. So like, if you don't have no status, there's only certain jobs that you can get.
That is true.
Like literally, you're gonna work in some kind of mill of some sort, some kind of construction of some sort. Like I would hope that we would hold ourselves higher than that. You dig what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But that's interesting, Dr. Umar. Yes, he looked at it different. A group of people are taken out of the equation because
they're completely gone, and that's facts. Like all those black men are out. You look at the population of all these prisons. Like I can't remember what the last sentence says, but I'll just go off the racial disparity numbers that I have here in Iowa because I do juvenile justice work, and I just had to pull it because I got a report due on the 5th. So in the state of Iowa, we have like 10,000. We'll just keep the numbers general so it's easy. We got 10,000 white youth, 3,000 black youth. In Polk County, we got more people, more black youth, and like what we call like a secure confinement. It's the state training school. Mm-hmm. Some people call it like the youth jail. There are more black kids than white kids within that jail. There are more black kids getting a wave to adult court than white kids. 10,000 to 3,000. That is crazy. But that's how, in our systems, that's why it's like, it's alarming to know that stuff. It's good to know that, but it's alarming because there's a lot of bias and things that are at play. So like when we hear like that term black jobs, he didn't provide a meaning for a reason. He wanted us to take and make our own meaning to it.
Right.
Which is another strategic move that he
makes. However that works. And however that gets into your psyche.
Yep.
And he's not going to correct
it. And then look at how we gave him so much buzz from that. Like Black Jobs was buzzing based off him, which then hypes all his stuff up even more. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, this stuff is deep. It's deep.
It's deep. So, the big thing before that dropped today, Biden drops out.
Yeah. Personally, I thought it was inevitable, bro. You get those sign bites. They do it to Donald Trump too, but like, there was one a few days ago when Buddy went to go give a lady a kiss, and it wasn't even his wife. It was just a random blonde lady that was trying to get back to her seat. And then Jill Biden came and grabbed him so he wouldn't kiss this lady, thinking it's her.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it's like, man, like he's really sick.
Yeah.
So I hope he gets the time and nurture and attention that he needs because he's 81 years old.
Yeah. And you can
He's
tell that
old.
he's not, you know, he's very different from the last election. Just before we keep moving over, just because I'm curious too, Bridget asked, those numbers that you said, what causes those numbers?
I think there's a oh yeah, there's a lot of variables that go like so you got your technical violations, you got judges making quick decisions based off limited information. We do in the state of Iowa, we have the detention screening tool that is used, and then we have the um, it's called the long IDA. It's like the Iowa detainment assessment, maybe something like that. Don't quote me on that, but it's the long IDA. You can Google it. And there's all these points, these decision points that are made within some of these evaluation tools that we have, and then there's just decisions that have to be made based off of the evidence and circumstances that I have. Because at the end of the day, folks are trying to keep our community safe. So what is that? That's like relative to everybody. Like I hate words that are like you can create your own definition of. There is a universal definition of safety, but to yourself, to your personal self, to your person, that definition might change. And yes, there is prejudice within the system. There's a bias at play. So like with some of the youth, the judicial, the youth justice, the youth judges, there's been trainings and different things that, try to change mindsets and beliefs around certain aspects. But at the same time, I always think of like accountability in the sense that we know that we do have like the single parent homes. We know that there is prejudice within, environments of education, jobs, and all those things. But how do we come together as a community of some sort to then go and have these tough conversations around what this stuff looks like?
Mm-hmm.
I think we talk about it in like small areas, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
at the large area, when we do get that invitation to come to the table, how are people ready for that conversation too? Um, this year, I'm hopefully going to be able to do a bunch of training around like bias and mindsets and beliefs, which will be super dope. We're going to do some of this stuff for the juvenile court officers. But at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, once we do that thing, we can't just do it one time
Right.
because oftentimes we just do a training one time and we think that people are going to change their belief systems. Heck no.
Mm-mm.
That one time, most of the folks ain't even listening.
Right.
And then if you think to the adult learning theory, we only retain out of every hour of any kind of presentation, you probably only retain like 30 to 40 minutes of what's been said. If you're paying attention. That's if you're paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we creating systems to where we're doing training around diversity, equity, and inclusion, around bias of all bias, not just racial bias, but all bias to make you aware about
Mm-hmm.
self-change and self-reflection and self-growth? How are we having these trainings happening on a reoccurring model versus just doing it that one time and expecting someone to change? Because they ain't going to change.
Mm-mm. She said, I know one particular county in Iowa that convicts a high rate of minorities compared to others. It's been corrupt for years. It starts with a community, then educational, then judicial. It's a cycle.
Yeah, there's a lot of Monique. There's a lot of uh, counties in Iowa that have that actually. Quite a few. It's quite a few. It's pretty alarming when you see the numbers. You get sick. Actually, like it's
Mhm.
gross what our numbers look like. But it's not even just Iowa. Like this is across our nation.
Yeah.
And then when you're having these conversations about wanting to do things because you got to get bills passed, you got to get legislation passed and things like that, and then people always run back to that term of safety, community safety. Well, if we let these kids out, who's going to keep us safe? But at that same time, most people jump to like the most outrageous crime. Now, if you kill somebody, we're not talking about folks that's killing people, bro. If you kill somebody, you that's we got to get some rehabilitation for that because something ain't right mentally. But now, if you out here selling some drugs, you out here uh, stealing like a soda pop because you know there's like that there's I can't think of the term. So there's like different degrees of theft.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I go steal a pop, it's like a theft fifth. If I go steal, you know what I'm saying? So it goes by rank. But having all of those things, those folks aren't damaging the safety, the community of the safety, but yet we're locking them up. Those are the kids like where we need to put them in some kind of diversion or some kind of substance abuse, something around that to really meet that root cause of what's happening. But we're putting them all away where they're not getting anything that they need to any type of change. So now imagine me, to me, because you know I've stole before. So like if I would have got caught and now I'm
Your
up
whole
in
life.
now my whole life has changed. I wouldn't be able to do none of that. I would have did none of that because at the age of 14, 15 years old, I'm impressionable. Like we're still
Right.
impressionable now as adults. So now I'm about to go learn that culture.
Right.
So a kid that just literally got caught from stealing a candy bar, we put him in detention. Now he up here with Ron and them that was really out here thugging. I want to be like them.
Because now you're immersed in that when you could have
Yeah.
just been rehabilitated, reverted somewhere, redirected in a positive way.
Right, facts. Hey, we need
Yes.
to get Monique on here then. Hey, Monique, tap in with Tamika. We can get on here and talk about juvenile justice. That would be kind of a dope conversation for real.
Yes. Yes, Mo. Let's touch base on that. And then Bridget said, right. And then also looking at, right, look at why
The root
of the
cause.
crime did
Yeah,
he steal
there's
to
no time
eat?
to look at the root cause because we see a black or brown kid. Oh, he's probably stole many times. Send him to detention. But then you
Mm-mm.
got Kyle and Michael and Steve done hit the stain on all this stuff. We're gonna try our best to get them over here first. Let's get them some community service diversion and make sure they're right. But the state of Iowa is trying. I think it's been in 2 years where we have um, a policy around diversion, which in that policy there's still a lot of growth.
Mm-hmm.
Diversion is for those of you that don't know, diversion is so if you're like a first time offender, instead of getting your charge within the judicial system, the juvenile justice system, you get diverted in a letter home to then start to have a conversation about root cause and what needs can we get you so that you stop reoffending. Your second time, the same thing happens, but then on that third time, then that's when you get your name within the system. So we're trying things in the state of Iowa. Like I said, there's still a lot of growth and what that looks like. But you got to start somewhere.
Yes. Well, yeah, we got to get Monique on because you guys have this background, and yeah, we can have a conversation about it because it is important. Especially, I know it's happening all over the country, but I think it's always kind of one of those things to talk about, especially us people of color that are from places like Iowa,
Right.
and how racism is actually a little passive there. It's passive. It can be aggressive, but I would say I probably it
It's
is just
passive
as
for
bad.
sure.
It's passive. And I
Yeah.
feel like that's sometimes a little worse. I rather for I don't like you.
I'd rather be right in my face. Let me know.
Let me know. Right, right. So that would be a good one, us, Iowa people to talk about that subject, especially being in the realms of coming up in, that environment. Um Earlier Monique said Joe got some early signs of Alzheimer and dementia going on. So you noticed like he had COVID, right? So
Yeah, he got
maybe
sick.
after he got sick and whatever they
No,
had
buddy been
going on.
tweaking for about 2 years, bro. Straight up.
Right, but then maybe they finally was like, he got to sit down. Like he's really got to.
Bro, that amount of stress. That's why I don't understand. Like, in the presidency, like the policy around that, like the Supreme Court has been passing some crazy stuff. You know that if you were to go and like do genocide on accident, like you can't get tried by that as a president. Like you're got complete immunity from that. That's crazy.
Oh wow, that
But
is
at the
scary.
same time, though, like it's very scary. That's a big weight. Like you go and kill a bunch of people, and you don't get no kind of punishment for that. That's wild. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's our Supreme Court.
Whatever. There should be an age range on
But
presidency.
that, yeah, like that stress. Like even if you go back and look at the Obama 8 years, like from when he was elected, from just his first 4 years, my man looks like a completely different human, bro. That stress on your brain, on your mental, on your health, like it has to be a cap at like 70. Like there's no reason we need a 70-year-old man running our country. There's no reason for that.
And then just mindsets too.
Come on,
You know
man.
what I mean? He look, obviously when they first started out, I'm sure, and they voted differently. They did things.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff though, yes, you can change and change with the times, but some of your views are still the same.
Right.
And I don't know. I think there should be, because of health reasons and cognitive and all those things. Of course, I don't think we should have an 80-year-old president. But now, look, they might say that's ageism. But look, you're supposed to retire at 65,
That's what I'm saying. If you put that
62.
cap on it,
So,
the Supreme Court can put a cap on the presidency seat because there's an age like you got to be at least 35 years old.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like 35 to 70, that's a lot of years, baby.
So that's a lot of years. Look, yeah, that's a lot of years. Obama and Monique said, Monique for president 2028. I would never want to be the president
Heck no, bro. That's a lot of stress.
ever. So what does this mean with Biden? Like, I don't even know what this
Well, the
means.
Democratic Party is probably going to go with Camilla. That would be my guess.
She's not, but they're not going to elect her.
But that's the only option because she's the vice president. So
Okay.
for
Yeah.
someone to do something that fast, if he just stepped down, and it would have to go to the VP to like then try to run. But I would imagine this would be truly, my conspiracy hat says that the Democratic Party knew they was going to lose. Joe, go ahead and step out, and let's restructure our party so that we can have a strong candidate for 2028.
I feel like Trump's gonna get it.
That's what I'm saying. So like the Democratic Party knew they weren't going to win this election come November. Joe, go ahead and step down. We're going to go ahead and put Camilla in this seat to take this L. We're going to regroup in these next 4 years to pick a strong candidate to then run against Donald Trump for 2028.
Well, Donald Trump can't, because can't you only do 8 years? So this is it. This would be it for him.
But whoever the Republican Party
selects, the new one, yeah. But then what is Trump? I don't know. So I will say this: like first, I'm not gonna ask you like but do you plan on voting?
Yeah, I vote for the independent person, whoever the independent person is. Always, I do my little research once we know, and then I always look. I got conservative views. I got liberal views. I'm pretty split down the middle on both of those, man. What I would say is,
it's just one thing, though. You know what I mean? But I know it's buckets we have to pick. Are we liberal or are we conservative? You know?
Yeah. I'm like an independent person just because like some of that stuff is like, and this is my fault that I don't do enough research into it. Like anything that's happening like internationally, I don't fucking know. I don't care. I don't mean to cuss. Sorry. I don't know. I don't care. I don't take the time to know about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm more interested in what's going around in my local area, to be honest. Like this year, we vote for our governor, our attorney general, our treasurer. Like that's the stuff that really makes our judges. Like that's the stuff. Like if we really want to see the change within your area, because federally, a lot of that stuff really don't impact us for real. there are policies and things that are mandated by the federal government, but then depending on what it is, the governor decides on if we're going to accept that policy or make our own policy in regard to what the policy is.
Yeah.
So yeah, picking those seats, man. So like know who your representatives are, your Senate and your House folks. Know who they are, bro, because those votes matter. They do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you want to see change, those are the people that can make the change for you. Because we're their constituents, so they gotta listen to what we have to say. And if we're not doing that, then ain't no reason to speak up and talk about nothing because it's dead.
Yes. So I don't know if you knew this, like Jay, he ran for like city council
Oh,
when he lived
word?
in, yeah, he did a whole campaign and everything. So I need to have him on because me and him were texting about it, and he was like, really, like what you just said. He was like, it don't really matter. You need to vote locally. Not saying don't matter, but he's saying you need to vote locally. He goes, when I ran for city, I go, you did. He was on stuff. He was marching. So we got to bring him on to talk about that. He has done so much stuff. Another interesting we can bring him on to is he used to make like just like these political videos and stuff and social conscious videos um a few years ago. So he would be a good person to bring on. So yeah. Well, this is a good show. Um, Tim, any last words? Like, what would you wrap this? What would you want to leave parting in this episode?
Reflect. If you haven't, go figure out how you need to recharge. If you're stressed out right now, go figure out where your happy place is. Go figure out where's your place where you can go find your peace. Mental health is always going to be your barrier if you let it.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you're taking care of yourselves.
I'm with it. I guess I would piggyback off that. I know we got a lot going on in the world today. I see the comment section is still kind of blowing up about, the presidency and the electoral team and all those things. And we're flooded with so much news and
All the
so
time.
many bad things going on in the world where it can make you afraid. Look, we just are 3 years post pandemic, and that was a scary time. And it might seem like, oh, what's ahead for us, right? So that's why I would say I agree with you, Tim. Is really just reflect. Please educate yourselves and take care of yourself because this stuff, all this information can really mess with your mental health and your
Facts.
capacity.
I even remember folks was getting off TikTok after that first Trump election. Folks was not TikTok, but Facebook. They
Mm-hmm.
was doing Facebook left and right because it got nasty.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Like, if let's just say if Trump gets reelected,
I don't think the blowback's going to be that bad
you
this
don't.
time. No,
Mm-hmm.
the when we were talking about the education piece,
Mm-hmm.
like when you really understand the structure of the president and the federal government, we have to realize folks are going to be who they are
Mm-hmm.
100%. There's the fear mongering, all that stuff has always been in existence and it's going to continue to be in existence. But we can't allow like just one person to like give us that fear. I know he like it appears that there's like incitement from listening to him, but that shit's weird.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna end with a parting word from Monique. I really like this. My parting word is we can be constructive without being destructive.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, until next, well, if you guys enjoy this show, please like, share, hit the notification button, subscribe, recommend it to a friend. We finally made it over. We're going to celebrate every win because I pray that we just keep getting consistent, coming up with new ideas, topics, having amazing people on. We're going to get there. So we did actually end up we have over 100 subscribers now, and we want this number to go up by the end of the year. So share this, you can also listen and follow and rate the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I'll put that in the about section. And of course, if you have any if you want to be a guest, know somebody that wants to be a guest, or you want to be a guest, or any topics you want us to discuss, feedback, whatever, you can email me or email us at bougiegirl@gmail.com. That's BOOSHEGURL@gmail.com. And until next time, you guys, peace and blessings. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.